how do you create engagement around privacy issues without seeming like a crazy conspiracy theorist? That's a good question. On my end, I mean, it's pretty much what we do on the channel, which is like we make accessible stuff. We don't rely on like BS necessarily, things that aren't confirmed, things that don't have evidence. Like we try to cite here, hey, this is why this is an issue, and here's why this is an issue for this specific demographic and why you might want to be concerned about that. And I covered this in an SR Q&A recently on surveillance report, but pretty much my approach lately has been to cite issues in the world that aren't in the first world countries, because I think especially Americans have this idea that the entire world functions the same way the US does, which is everything seems mostly fine. I can trust my government mostly, and there's no issue. But in lots of the world, it's illegal and it's criminalized to be LGBT. There's still a death penalty for that in some parts of the world. And if you are someone who is of that demographic in those countries, you need privacy to survive. It's an actual survival tool in lots of the world, for depending on who you are and your demographic. And so I normally point people towards those examples first, and then I say, look, it's important for those people, but even here in the first world country, surveillance capitalism is a big deal, and you never know when those things are going to be criminalized in this country. And it's good to ask people, hey, if the opposing, because we have a two-party system here, if the opposing party actually got what they wanted, would you want that party to know everything about you? Is kind of a question that I like to pose as well. And then you can kind of go into like more of the individual side of things. But I've been starting with the big picture stuff and then working into the individual, because I find that to be more effective in getting people to people immediately know you're not a crazy conspiracy theorist if you're citing like actual real issues in the world. Rather than seeing you as a crazy conspiracy theorist, they're going to see you as, oh, wow, this is actually something really important, and I can see why you think that's important. So